The rural and traditional life of our grandparents is dying.
This chimney was the only one smoking in the village. Thanks to it, I met Manuel.
Manuel is the last livestock farmer in the area. He continues tending the vegetable garden and living a traditional life in contact with nature. Today, surrounded by reminders of his neighbors' abandoned houses, he gets emotional as he tells me this.
In the end, if they don't take action, this will end quickly. And the countryside is dying because I'm the only livestock farmer left there. It's a shame, damn it, thank you.
You get emotional, yes. That's only natural. How's it going, YouTube family? Today I'm in a pretty crowded part of Asturias. It's an area I never thought I'd find. A little village with barely 7 or 8 inhabitants. Also, it's nestled, you've already seen it in the aerial shot, but honestly, it's in a beautiful area. It has a lot of abandoned houses. That's what left me speechless. I never thought, with how expensive and sought-after houses are in this place, that there would be so many. There are some around here, up here too, and well, there are a lot of things we're going to learn from Manuel, one of the last inhabitants of this town. He has lived here his whole life. He can tell me firsthand what happened in the town that made people leave, and it was basically left just for tourism. So I'm going to take this chance to leave my social media links around here in case you want to stay a bit more up to date with the content I upload here on YouTube, and let's get to know his story. Subscribe. Well, I'm already arriving at Manuel's house. Look, it clearly shows the contrast I was telling you about. There's an abandoned little house here right next to his. How are you, Manuel? Hi, I'm good. First, I'm going to put a mic on you so they can hear you well.
It won't fall.
Right? No, I think it suits you.
I told them you're one of the last villagers since so few remain. How many of you are left?
No, just 8 neighbors.
Only 7 or 8 neighbors.
7 or 8 neighbors, yes. And many aren't even here because these people up here have a bar, they leave at noon, come back at midnight, at 11, so they hardly live here.
I mean, in the village, there aren't any.
There are very few, especially in the countryside.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I arrived, and even though we're in a very crowded area with so many houses, it surprises me that they're only for rural tourism, that people haven't decided to come live in this village. Why? How did the depopulation of the village happen? Why did it happen?
Well, a lot because of one thing, I think mainly because of what I mentioned, that inheritances haven't been divided, so they're being lost. For example, this house right here next door.
Yeah, is that the clear example? Well,
for example, neither the grandparents, parents, nor the grandchildren living there now have divided it. So, of course, everything goes to ruin. If the roof and everything were fixed, maybe they could sell it. But if it's not divided, they can't sell it because they don't actually own it. And so, of course, that's mainly because of that. And then people, well, they sell it, but if they sell something for rural tourism, like that house over there, for example.
Of course, and that's probably why prices skyrocket. As I mentioned, houses in the area are very sought after and expensive.
Yes, a lot. Yes, because, you know, we're really close to Covadonga from the Picos de Europa, which have, well, actually the house is in Casarolada, and around here, well, a lot of people keep coming back for a reason. That's how it is.
The area is spectacular. Spectacular, that's it. What's the exact name of the village? Because you told me you didn't mind saying the name. It's called Cabieles. In fact, a lot of people, not just from the village, but from around here, even a couple from Santander, comes to visit every year because
their last name is Cabiel.
Cabieles.
Cabieles, in fact, a lot of people, not in the village, but here in the area, even in Santander, there's a couple who come to visit every year because their last name is Cabiel. A last name, you mean? Yes, it's that curious.
The peace and quiet here is clear, right? Yes, Manuel, you're here.
I'm from Holca El Rey.
What was your lifelong occupation, and what did the villagers do around here?
Well, mainly farming and hospitality. But me, for example, I've been here for 15 years straight. I retired here after 15 years, but before that I worked in various places. My last job was at the Cangas de Cangotones town hall. The power plant, the road, well, in many places.
Of course, you also have access to many jobs here that others don't, since they're isolated. I was surprised to see that with so many opportunities here, only rural houses are being built and people aren't encouraged to live and bring life to the area.
Many people come here interested in buying, and a guide who visited this house 25 or 26 years ago fell in love with the village, bought an old house and restored it. And now they come every summer. They were here for Easter, for any holiday weekend from Alicante. We love it here, the peace, scenery, food, and people. In a small village like this, there are few of us, but it feels like family. Here, everyone knows each other. If I miss something in the village, I ask someone what's happening. It's better than living in an apartment where you barely know your neighbors. This peace and quiet is truly valuable.
What do you do now? How do you spend your time? I think we're almost alone in the village. I've only seen one person painting a house.
And he's not from the village.
Either. And he wasn't from the village?
And to work there, of course. Yes, yes, yes. Well, the garden I have here, do you have a garden? Yes, I have a garden, and will you show it to us? Sure, man. All right, then. I plant a bit of everything, well, pretty much.
Does everything grow here?
Yes, yes, everything happens here.
Look where you have it. Wow. Also, of course, with all the green here in Asturias, it has to happen. Yes, I'm going to go down slowly because there's a lot of moss everywhere here because...
I need to fix this since it's becoming dangerous. Well, look, here are potatoes that are already about to bloom, some lettuce. Over there, I have green beans that haven't come up yet. These are some garlics that aren't very good, but, well, they're ready to be pulled out. Peppers, zucchini, cucumber, onions, and, well, now I have that to plant fava beans for my own consumption and for the whole year.
Asturian fava beans, right? Yes, that's correct.
Asturian or regular ones, but fava beans for fava beans. For my own use, that's it. The corn is for the chickens.
In fact, we mentioned it in a previous video with Tere, a lady who also lives alone in an abandoned village, that Asturian fava beans are special. They have a completely different flavor.
Yes, of course. No, it's very different. It doesn't use any adhesive. What I've used is cow manure, since I still have 2 cows in the barn that I'll let out with a calf.
Do you still have cows?
Yes, still. I have 12 plus a little one, 13. I have some over there near the church, that one which is the church for people from other towns.
Back there, here or there. Yes, it's very far, but yes.
Yes, there we have the festival. I mean, the 3 towns get together, Nieta, Narcian, and Cabieles, and it rotates. This year it's here. Corn is very good because we have it like a hay cart, like in the old days. They load loose hay, which is rare now. Recently, television filmed it because it's hard to find today. We want to keep the tradition and the culture alive, which takes a lot of work, but well...
As we discussed, the issue with rural houses isn't the buildings, but that traditions fade when people leave the village. Of course. It's great that people like you keep them alive by holding festivals, or else no one would know about them and they'd be lost.
You must work hard since planning for next year's event starts immediately. The location rotates and this year it's here. And those carts are old, traditional carts from the country with a rigid wooden axle tightened with some clamps, and they make a singing sound as they go.
It had to make that noise, what they called the squeak.
At least since one broke years ago, and we had to go almost to Western Asturias to find another one like it. Because of course people got rid of them, because obviously things kept advancing and they ended up being chopped up for firewood, even cutting away the parts under the raised granaries so a car could fit, or for firewood, well anyway. And well, we keep holding on a little bit and that's really good.
And what day is it? The celebration specifically?
The last weekend of September.
Last weekend of September?
They also call me the best, though it can change depending on the last weekend.
Well, look, we'll leave some information down below in the description so people feel encouraged to come. Well,
we now celebrate for 2 days instead of the original 3. On the second day, we have a barbecue in a large tent with about 250 to 300 people dining. And well, the day they come, when the carts go out, the bread bouquets come and the bagpipe group too.
Very lively, yes. A small little party.
For just 3 or 4 villages or 4 neighbors, it's bigger here than the village itself. But we do it. You have to fight a lot to be able to make it happen. There are hardly any people left, so we're passing the torch. That's it. I used to be on the committee, but now we're handing it over to the younger people.
Well, let's hope it doesn't get lost.
Of course. And that's how everything works, and honestly, it's a shame if it gets lost. Nowadays, with how life is, this is valuable because it's natural and can make a lot of money. I bought a head of garlic for €1.20 because I had none.
Just imagine.
$1.20, a head of garlic. And how much does it cost you if you have land?
Nothing.
Well, nothing, but of course you have to have a passion for it, have time, and now what I do is just watch the cows I have in the fields, see how they're doing, and that's it. And I have those in the barn, which tomorrow, in the barn is where they're tied up. Tomorrow I'll let them out into the field with some others I have up here.
You take them outside, right? Yes.
Tomorrow I'll let them out there. I waited for the cow to give birth in case of problems and because they're at risk of being eaten, even by wild boars at night if they give birth outside. Last year one of mine was eaten down there. The wild boar, yes, they're very carnivorous, and when they see blood, wow.
I didn't know that, yes.
Yes, and that's what, but many of them very carnivorous.
Well, I didn't know that, it's the first time I've heard it.
I was here in the room where I sleep, and I was watching the cow giving birth, and when I went over there, of course, the wild boar was hanging around nearby, you know, about 4 or 5 meters away. When it saw the gentle cow giving birth, it spotted the blood and dragged the calf down into a ditch. Of course, it only left it from here forward. They eat it. It's impressive. It's impressive. The cow was very gentle. It saw blood and grabbed it and dragged it down to a ditch that's there. And of course, it left it and just in the luggage they eat it. It's just that it's very carnivorous.
Wow, I truly hadn't heard that before.
Yes, and pigs are the same. Pigs, yes.
You always hear in movies that to get rid of bodies, pigs bite.
Right? Yes. Some don't. I had one that gave birth once, and I would lie down with her in the straw and all that, but there was another one that, as she was giving birth, she would eat the little piglets. Wow, they're carnivores. They're very carnivorous.
See, that's how it is. I had no idea. I didn't know, of course.
There's always something to learn. I've been here for years and still learn a lot, but like you said, live and learn, right? It's true. There's a lot we don't know, and that's just how it is. Honestly, it's a shame it's being lost, as I said.
You probably remember many neighbors who are no longer here. Yes, of course. You must have known this village when it was very different.
No way. What can I say? What do I know? Since I can remember, 40 or 50 neighbors or more are missing. Yes, because this house right next to us. I knew a few people here who are no longer around. 2 more up there who are gone, and 2 more over there.
How about we take a little walk around the village and you show me around? Because I've seen some abandoned little houses that really caught my attention, and you can tell me a bit of their history. Well, it's up to you. All right, let's go.
No problem at all. Well, look, Alvaro, this is where I keep the cows, here in this barn.
She's so beautiful.
It's a barn that, well, I don't know, it's very old, of course, but it's built in a very old traditional way. As you can see, it has these Baroque features that you rarely find nowadays because everything used to be made with bricks and so on. And look, this is really good because back then the hay was put in loose. So with this, the hay can breathe and it keeps better, it keeps really well. And well, I'm still here, retired.
I'm already hearing the cowbells around here since you have them inside. Let's show them.
I have 2 here with a small calf.
Which will make a lot of people happy.
The rest I have over the farms. The little calf is done, but well.
I love the smell. I just love the smell. Maybe it's because I love you.
Yes.
Some people are already upset with you. Are there issues with the guest houses?
And until now, no.
No.
Not until now, but in many towns there is.
There have been problems?
The complaint about the cowbells.
It's absurd they visit the village, complain about the rooster crowing, or hear the cowbells ring.
Some people have come here over the years. This house has been here for, I don't know, 25, maybe close to 30 years. They were the first ones around here in the municipality of Cangas, in that guest house. And some people came once and the rooster, well, those are the hens I have there, the rooster bothered them. And I said, damn, what do you want me to do? Eat it. Hey, that's just how it is in a village. Hens, cows, the cowbells. Yes, in some villages there were issues and they even removed cowbells from cows because they annoyed people.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe they're from a big city like Madrid or Barcelona, but honestly, cars bother me more.
Yeah, that's right.
But, you know, there are all kinds of people.
Did you have a school here in the village?
What are schools? Did you have them here? Yes.
I was at school.
In this last one that...
Was this the school?
This was the school. It's 4 o'clock, yes. The last one there was.
Well, I thought it was a little house.
It was originally a house, but some wealthy people from Cangas donated it to the village. Oh my goodness. And so we used to come here lately. Well, the last thing that was here was a school. At first, when I started, like I said, now they're departments because they made it that way, but that was where the first school was. And then they donated this house, some people from Cangas de Onís who had a lot of money. And they gave it to the town for the school, you know.
How many students could fit? It's not very big, right?
Because there were also students coming from another village up here, which was about 800 meters away, and there were another 2 or 3 students from there. And here, well, there were about 8 or 10 of us in total back in those days. This was the last school I attended and the last one in the village.
What year did it close?
Well, I'm not really sure what year it was because I'd have to look at some papers to check, but it was around 1960 and...
In the 60s? Yes, it's been years.
Yes, which one? 67. In the 60s, between 65 and 70. 69 maybe, or 68. This was the last one I gave here at the house. And well, here it was very good, we were fine. But then of course everything started to change. They put in buses to go down to Cangas and all the villages started to come together.
And do you think that was one of the reasons why the village started losing people too? I think so too. The school closing.
I agree. In some ways it was better before since there are now very few kids around here. And of course sending a teacher here for just 2 kids doesn't...
Well, there are very few kids because there aren't many people in the villages either.
Exactly.
I mean, in the end, it's a vicious cycle.
A minibus is coming to pick up 3 people from the village up there, where nobody's left, and they have to come all the way up here to get them. If they had the ones they had before, maybe 3 here, 3 there, 6, maybe I could still see them. I'm not sure. Maybe it's also to avoid having to create jobs because there'd have to be a teacher here.
Sure, a teacher staying here, right?
And of course, but I think at least it used to be different, right? If there were people in the village, well, I don't know, this wouldn't end so easily. Maybe you'd prefer the countryside. Now, you know that when you go down, for example, to Canas, well, you mix with other people, it's already another culture, right? Yes, different.
Totally different.
I think you really have to be very passionate to like this. Well, there are some, but they're few. And of course, it's a shame. That's one of the reasons, and another is what I was telling you about the excellent things that aren't passed down and end up being lost, and well, that's it. In the end, if they don't take action, this is going to end quickly, and the countryside is dying because I'm the only rancher left there. It's a shame, damn it.
It must make you feel nostalgic. You get emotional, yeah. It's normal and calm since these are just ordinary emotions. It's a shame, and this shows nothing is staged. This man truly feels deep sorrow and regret that his town, and especially when he leaves, will lose its last cattle farmer. And they feel it, they carry it inside. It's not just for show, it's not just saying, the countryside is this and we have to take care of it. No, for you, from your ancestors, it's a way of life, of course. And also a very beautiful way of life in contact with nature, which is something that's being lost.
Exactly. That's why I really like it, and I'm very calm here because of that, because I like being in contact with nature. Man, look, how many people would like to be here like I am? For example, actually, a lot of people from the cities come here, you know, and it's true. But of course, what was needed was people who would live here so that this wouldn't be lost, our culture, our customs. But of course, no, it doesn't help you because on top of that, with the problem of the wolves and all that, there are fewer and fewer livestock farmers. In fact, this year, I didn't even take the animals up to the national park, something we'd done all our lives. No, because they kill your animals, they don't pay you for them, and to pay you for one, they kill 5, and that's it. So you can't work like this.
I know I face this problem every day, and if the authorities responded, maybe yes, but they just don't respond.
That's a big problem, and I don't think there's a good solution.
Manuel, this little house really surprised me the most because look where it's located, surrounded by all this vegetation. In fact, it even has a granary. You can barely see it, but it's right here.
Look, from all the weeds already, yeah.
Look where the audio is. It's a good audio too, and it's still in good condition.
A good Oreo too, which is still in good condition. You knew?
I imagine the people who lived here.
Yes.
Who lived here?
Let's see, I mainly knew 2 siblings. I didn't know the parents anymore, but well, 2 siblings, a sister and a brother who lived here. The brother died while still living here, but then they sold the cows they used to keep in that greenhouse you can see up there, and that greenhouse was where they kept their cows. So when the brother died, she fixed up half of that house, since the other half is still as it was, and went to live there. She died there 3 years ago at 104.
104 years old.
Yes, and with Cinto at 101, he would still go to the orchard, since he was also very fond of the orchard. And he lived here all his life in this house.
And now what happened? Are there no heirs?
Now they inherited it, yes. A nephew inherited it, and now, well, they have it divided up. I don't know, I think they're going to sell it, yes, because it's not in the Lanes area. And she went there and lived, well, just the same. She moved when she was already over 80 until she was 104, right here, there. Perfectly, very well.
So you can see how good life in the countryside is. It's long-lived.
He used to slaughter his own pig and kept chickens in the coop. He has a vegetable garden down there.
It's beautiful. Look, let's move over here so you can see a little more of the layout, which surely...
Look, the vegetable garden had...
Look how amazing this is. Yes.
A cider press right here next to us. It used to be a cider press, but look at how everything is in ruins, just ruins. And here the southern sun is really nice. The south is over there. And look, everything is being lost. Hey.
I'll give you my phone number since it's for sale and affordable, so I might consider it. It's nice and has a hallway, which I want. It's not very big.
It's nice. My aunt had a hallway, but it was removed during renovation since many of us lived there then. Of course, to make room and have 4 bedrooms. I've always liked the hallway, which is what I see now in the old lady's house next door. That hallway I used to have before in the other house. Yes, because I like it.
Look, I can see the laundry room over here too, Manuel. Look, the laundry room is over here. Yes.
We always hung the corn here. I remember that granary was full of corn at the bottom. Too bad I'm not here now with corn strings. On that balcony you can see over there.
The one that's up here?
It's being lost since corn isn't planted now. As a result, wild boars, birds, and the like made people stop planting it.
It's complicated, I know. Yes, yes.
That little bit that I planted myself, what is planted around here, that's it. And I planted many hectares for cows as well. In fact,
The traditional corn was lost. We had a traditional corn here in Asturias, and now there are associations trying to recover it, but it has disappeared.
mine was very good and thick. You made a thick yellow flour and took it to the mill for cake, which I really like. You know what cake is?
Yes, a corn cake, yes, yes.
I love that. With minced meat
With minced meat and egg?
or a butter made from what the cow, after milking the cow. My mother skimmed the cream so we could make butter, which, with flatbread, was what the mountain shepherds lived on. They would take butter and milk and the flatbread, and that's how they lived. That was their whole meal. Eating it in the morning kept you full all day. All of that is gone. Now they don't know its taste or purpose. Nothing.
Nothing?
And milk, they think it comes in a carton.
Just like houses? Honestly, it's painful to see them like this, to leave them empty. Now you have to put a lot of money into this place. Terrible.
Yeah, the house is in really bad shape, of course.
But it's really beautiful.
Very beautiful, yes. Well, I think the mother told me of the girl who got it, that she was thinking of selling it because she lives over there, she has a lot of livestock, and she also works as a housekeeper. No, not a housekeeper, as a dental assistant. She has country guest houses, so it's far and difficult for her. If possible, she'll sell and use it there, but I'm not sure what she'll do. Plus, you're isolated here, and it's dusty because it used to be a really bad stone road. But now cars can get here, yes.
Here they put down asphalt. Yes, yes, yes.
No, now it's paved.
Now these used to be old village streets.
From there on down, all the way to a little stream, a small river that's there. It's all made of stone.
It's right next to the river. Yes.
A small river begins at the watering place I mentioned.
In what you told me before. Yes, yes.
The river begins 400 meters from here and has a cave.
Let's go there because there are also a couple more abandoned houses we can show along the way. Will you tell me the story? You take me wherever you want. I have no problem at all.
All right, let's go.
Let's head over there. We're having some audio issues. There's a strange noise coming through and I don't know what's happening in this area. Anyway, let's keep going with the video. I'm recording with the camera's audio and I hope you can hear us well. You were telling me, Manuel, that these sheep we have here are traditional, right?
The native breed, La Shalda, which was also in danger of extinction. Nowadays, I think it's already recovering. As you can see, only the pair remains now.
They're very, very striking because they're a very dark color, right?
Yes, nearly all have this white spot on their head. And well, I think it has very, very tasty meat. It's very similar to that of kid goat, not goat, kid goat, which is different from the normal one, right? I'm telling you, I don't know why it was disappearing. Maybe because it's smaller or for another reason.
There were once many of them in the village in there. No?
Not this breed. There were the normal and common ones, yes, but not this one. But well, they started disappearing because of the wolf issue. The wolf, of course. We had up to 130.
130?
They visited the Mirador de Orteales in the Picos de Europa. And little by little, everything is lost.
It's being lost like this. Because the houses?
The animals, because you see, as you can see, the town is becoming uninhabited.
Yes. It's a shame.
Soon, all there will be are bears and foxes are called raposos.
Right, for those not from Asturias. Yes?
My grandfather once had a dog, and he raised two little foxes, and he raised them right there in that doorway.
Here in this house?
That dog had just given birth, and because he was, well, he was really into nature and all that, and the dog raised us.
Who lived in this house? I see it even had a laundry area, or what was this? What was this? A laundry area or a...
This was a watering trough that was made for the cattle.
It was a watering trough for the cattle?
So the town's cattle could drink here.
Come on.
There were always watering troughs, so they drank here since a stream runs under the house. And they drank here. And then when the water project was done, they left this trough with that faucet because we supported it, since we don't want to lose it. Because, well, maybe it won't be used anymore. Never again, I don't know. But well, so it stays there in case one day an animal comes and wants to drink, or anyone can come and drink there. The watering trough was built and has been maintained since 1969 or 1970. It's raining.
I see that over here you had something like a chicken coop, right? Yes.
These were the chicken coops where the owner kept them. There are even rabbits in there.
Were there rabbits here by this door?
Yes. Rabbits and nothing else. And they lived here, well, until the man died. And the woman who died first, of course, the mother, the man's wife all her life. She's not here, but look at the state of that whole stream. So in the end, everything will collapse and, well, that's it. Like it is in almost all the towns. They're abandoned by people, and I'm here because of the animals. Because when I lose the ones I have, if I come by here, I'll only find a dog or something else. That's it. Look, just 2 sheep left. Back when this was here, there were flocks of sheep, cows, and horses. But well, anyway, that's how it is. I'm on my way to where the river starts, the spring that used to belong to the village. Now we have, well, a change with the town hall. They bring it to us from somewhere else and they take it to Soto de Cangas. And well, along the way we see the houses that used to be here, how they are now. There's a collapsed one here.
There used to be a house here.
Yes, a house and a stable together to live in. You can only see a bit of the walls, but nothing else, not even the trees.
Well, you notice it because you have a good eye. But there was a house there. Well, maybe over here. Come this way, Manu. I think you'll see it better.
Do you remember when people lived there?
Do you still remember? I still remember.
A lady who had,
You can see it better here, yes.
in the year 66, she had cancer. They took her in a wheelchair down through the meadow since there was no road. In fact, they built the road in 1971.
1979.
They brought the water in 1969, actually a year before. And it was half the block and half the house to live in. And then they bought it and were getting it ready to make it a house to live in. But well, it could have been better. It could have been better, but look at it now. It still has some good walls.
Impressive, man.
Impressive. Yeah, I don't know. They have a project to fix the family, but I don't know who or how because...
Well, they're going to have to put in, Manuel, they're going to have to put in a lot of money because look, exactly, a tree has grown.
Yeah, no, a tree has already grown.
A tree has grown inside there.
And here I remember seeing that woman live. The one I say didn't even have a kitchen. They also made the fire in the clay down on the ground.
She was one of those who cooked in the yard.
On the ground? Yes, on the ground. There was no kitchen at all. But I'm talking about around 1966. There was a kid, of course. And look how it turned out.
How do you feel, Manuel, when you walk through this? I assume you walk through it daily, and you're doing it now because I'm here?
No, I don't do this whole walk every day, but I do part of it.
And when you come here, do you feel nostalgic? Yes.
A little bit.
A little bit, yes.
Yeah, of course. We used to come here to get water from the fountain. When there was no water, we had to come here with a bucket, or whatever we had, and the women would come to wash, like I'm going to show you the wash house. And they would come with the bucket on their head with a cloth ring called a ruño. They would put it on their head and come through here. Sometimes there was ice here, making it slippery.
We almost slipped there ourselves.
Around here, all this was used a lot. I kept cows and everything in this stable.
What was this, a house or a stable?
It's a stable?
Stable. This is a stable.
Yes, half of this side belonged to one family. They're all family, but not the same one. This belongs to the neighbor's house that's falling down.
And this part that's sticking out here, what was it?
This is a granary.
A granary?
A granary, yes.
Aren't granaries usually connected to a house?
The house is under that brush you can't see.
I mean, it's tucked in there.
Yes, under that brush. There it is. Well, the walls are still standing, but as you can see, it's covered with trees and brambles and, well, nothing else.
Nothing. Impressive.
It's similar here. They sprayed herbicides, so we couldn't see the roof or know there was a granary. It's small, but very nice and in good shape, with a balcony. The owner stored his harvest here. He had a field over there, planted potatoes, and kept the car below. When he visited here, since he had a bar in Cangas across from the town hall named Albert Colon, he retired. And then he would come here to spend the afternoons or whenever he wanted, and he passed away, and well, the family doesn't even come to see it. And this is going to be taken, well, nothing, it gets lost, like everything else. And honestly, I don't know what I was going to take, because at least they could sell it to me, because I imagine they could sell this.
Also, everything here is expensive.
Of course, it's expensive.
It's really expensive. I mean, this area, I'm telling you honestly, I like the house we saw earlier, but yes.
But I don't know how much they cost.
I'm not sure if I'll get it, and many of you will ask, Alvaro, is that your house? Did you find it? Well, I found it. It depends, because if they ask for 200,000 euros, like the case of a house here that I mentioned before, I think that one...
Well, the thing is, that house is actually 4 apartments, of course. Of course. Like a house. But anyway, they're going to ask me for that one too, for sure.
Yes, the land and its location have the neighborhood.
The big house with the one below attached, plus the large one from Talalagar, and another one a block further down connected. It's quite a lot of land, and a piece of orchard that's pretty big. So man, I don't know, but I guess they're asking for something.
We won't say anything so they can add it themselves.
Maybe they'll put less than we thought.
This little path, what was it? Was it the one everyone used to walk on? I mean, those women you told me about with the bucket?
To go wash at the fountain, and later on, when the water supply came, there were already washing machines and all that. It was used to wash the pig intestines when they were slaughtered during the butchering.
Yes, San Martin.
There to wash intestines, etc. That was the last use it had, let's say. So one year we neighbors fixed it. We paid a man and fixed it so the roof wouldn't collapse. And now 2 or 3 years ago, or maybe a bit more, the town council, so it wouldn't be lost. But right now, as you'll see, it also needs repairs again. Another house from back then, another stable.
I was looking, yes. Look, well, you might not be able to see it clearly. Down there, what you see is a stable or a house. What is it, stable or house?
Stable. That's where he kept livestock. And further down there was another one that also collapsed. And you used to put...
And did you put the grass in there?
We used to take carts of grass from the village down to the lower part, Seguengo. We unloaded a cart of loose grass there.
Are there no more houses here? Or are there still some left?
There's this one up here left, which is also...
There's another one here?
Yes, this one we're at here in the Oreo, which is really nice. It's abandoned and fantastic. Let's go see it. Really beautiful. You would really like this one if they sold it, but no. We have the same problem. It's not divided and it can't be sold.
Oh my goodness.
And it's a shame, honestly. This is the house I was telling you about. Look at it. What a great house. With the Horeo facing south, with the balcony and the Horeo it has in the back. These were the Jubilees. Look at the yard. It's amazing.
What a dream. Manuel, what a dream. Yes, it's true.
Because this looked amazing. It's an amazing secluded place.
Okay. Oh my God. Really. This is what I'm looking for. Esto es lo que estoy buscando.
Well, it's difficult. This one, I have a hard time selling it well, and I don't have anything to rent because, well, people keep asking, a lot of people, but why does it go to waste?
And the Oreo you have is in the back, of course. No, you can't access it. The property is completely overgrown.
If we don't go through. But there are a lot of people...
And we can't get in. It's impossible.
And not from below either.
But keep this image in mind because really this type of house with this exterior balcony, the layout, everything is what I'm looking for.
It's on the South Canal, so you'll get sunlight all day if you stand here. That's the south. It's just, well, nothing.
Imagine how my body feels. Be careful, it's slippery.
Yes.
Imagine the feeling I have in my body seeing this, which is my dream, and knowing that there are problems, that it can't be divided, that there are going to be a lot of problems, and especially that it's in one of the most expensive areas of Asturias.
And that it's going to be lost.
That it's going to be lost. Or someone who's not even from here in Asturias with a lot of money is going to buy it. And goodbye to tradition, because when I want to go to the village, I want to keep the traditions. I want, damn it, to live like people used to live in the villages.
Exactly, yes.
Yes, most people come, not because you can do your...
Work however you want, just maintain it, of course. Well, that's it. The customs, the usual, yes.
Yes, and it's not to say that people who come from outside don't want to keep them, but those of us who are from here have it more deeply rooted. Damn, of course, we feel it much more, damn. So in the end, people who have been here for a long time also feel it. Yes, they feel like it's theirs. But in the end, yes, I'm really happy that I don't have to leave my homeland and that I can buy here, honestly. Yes.
There comes a time when, even if you're not from here, you start to feel attached, so to speak, right? Of course, that's why I'm saying they're not from Alicante. Once they retire, they come here instead of going back there. And locals here vacation in Venador. Just so you see how things are. Now imagine someone who was born here and raised here. I wasn't born here, but it's as if I was. They brought me here when I was about a year old, so it's like I was born here. Look, until 2 years ago, I didn't even know where I was born. I was born in a palace in the Palacio de Nueva Arenas. Have you heard of it? No, it's right next to Riondas. It's very beautiful. It's a plantation there.
Were you born in a palace?
The Palacio de Nueva Arenas. Wow. My parents back then, well, of course, they were around there, for food, more or less. And with wealthy people, of course.
Of course. They were the ones who gave work and food.
Of course. And then I was born there. They visited every town until we bought this house, which was my maternal grandmother's. And well, we settled here, but well, they didn't bring me right away because I was a twin and was born at just under 7 months.
How old are you? I don't think I asked.
76 on December 15th.
70 years old? You look great. Yes, it's the village work. Look, hands from working, tough, strong.
Them and all that.
You can tell.
That's my coach. Yeah, well, that's it. So I did the same thing because it's true. Besides, I know it. Even I was surprised myself because at this age, there are few people who stay like this. Yeah, because let's see. But well, a lot of it is this. living in nature, eating as naturally as possible, sports in a way since I walk with the cattle. Now I have fewer because I keep them as a hobby, but I stay active. Sometimes I take my backpack with a sandwich and go out to eat far away. The Cobabonga. There's a beautiful trail called the Cobabonga where a river flows into a cave and emerges below in an amazing way.
Oh my goodness.
It's beautiful. You'll love it if you visit.
No, you're going to show it to me one day.
No, yes, if you're interested in seeing it, you can come one day. Okay? And September is a really good month because September is the best time to go hiking in the mountains.
Noted. If you join me, we can take whatever you want whenever you want.
Wow, it's best if you come like today since I happen to be here, but if I'm not here, of course, because I come around here too sometimes.
Well, let's do that. I'll take your phone number and...
Me, whoever likes me, I have no problem with it. All right then. That's what I have to do. Now I'm going around the banks and the estates, making a route,
I take your hand, yes, that...
Me,
I liked how, well...
nothing.
Let's continue the traditional path. Until I think you're already taking me to the wash house. To the wash house, which is also where the river is born. I don't think you'll get a current.
No, man.
It's also where the river is born?
It's just that.
The laundry area?
Yeah, okay, where the river starts. Okay, what happens is that it doesn't even have water now because they took the water, they collected the spring to bring it here to Soto de Cangas, at the Covadonga crossing, at the roundabout. Since there's a campground, there are a lot of hotels and so on, and it has a lot of water. Well, they take it in that pipeline over there, and we have the tank that brings it to us near that village. And of course, this house, for example, didn't get water because the spring is lower than this house. And some of those over there, not much because they bring it. So we made that change. All right, well, in the end, what it helped us with was to install a sub-meter, which we never had before. And then the water pipeline was set up, to charge for it. I put the sub-meter in to charge you. We, the neighbors, did it in '69 before the road was open to bring the materials here and cut through all that rock over there. It was a lot of work. And back then, having water at home, many villages didn't have it. Well, look, we're arriving at the old wash house that used to be here, where the women used to come to wash, right here.
My goodness, how beautiful. Manuel, let me give them some context, because since we walked down here, I think many people aren't aware. We're in the middle of the forest. We've come all the way down this path, and we've found this place. This stone structure, which I thought was a mill until you told me it's the wash house. I knew we were coming to see it, but I thought it was a mill. So this structure...
Being by the river, it obviously looks like a mill. But notice how well it's preserved. And no, we have to keep it in good condition because this is a work of art. What they did here, look, that's where they put the soap.
Vaya. Wow, stones?
We used to shower here before there was water in Guancaza, but now they took our water to send it down there. Then a tree fell and I wondered, did that cause this? I have to talk to the town hall to see if they can fix it so it doesn't get lost.
Yeah, they shouldn't let this fall apart because, oh my, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, they don't appreciate it or understand what it's about. It's a shame since I've known it since childhood. Well, hey, this used to be a wash house. There are many of them and they're very similar, but this is one of the best I know.
Look, it's the first time I've come to a forest, in the middle of a forest, and found a wash house. I mean, I'm telling you, that's how it is.
It's not easy.
Right? It's one of the most beautiful things, especially with what I'm seeing over there in the background. Well, we'll go there in a moment, but especially with what I'm seeing over there in the background, we'll show it to you now. What I wanted to clarify
is...
this, look at the size of the stones. How much this must weigh.
How old this must be for them to have put these stones here back then.
Oh my, it's the same?
It's at least 250 years old. Or even more, or more. I don't know anyone like this woman who's 104 who I ever heard did any work here or anything similar. So it must be very old, like that wardrobe up there, which belongs to my sister. It used to belong to 3 people before Kaiser. And, well, there were also trees growing through the middle of the roof, falling and all that. And then my brother-in-law and my sister, who is in Germany, said, look, if you agree, you 3 can buy the granary and fix it up. And that's what happened, and they put the date of '86 on it. Has it ever been renovated? The woman who owned part of it is 104 years old. Didn't they remember the renovation? What do I mean? Not even from their parents or grandparents, they estimate. The thing with the regional authorities when they once visited another barn there, which could be 400 years old.
Mother of God, a barn that's 400 years old.
Yes, but this chestnut wood, well, it lasts. It's up on the roof.
They last up on the roof? Exactly. What did she say? I remember Terry a lot, my friend's mother now, because Terry used to say, it's not so much about maintaining the houses, it's just making sure there's not a leak, a simple leak, that's it?
That's the main thing about houses. Fixing a leak is cheap. That's what happened with the houses falling down like the one next to mine. If they'd fixed the roof in time, which isn't expensive, it wouldn't have collapsed. You don't have to sell it, just maintain it. Once a leak starts, it gets into the wood and wall, causing cracks and collapse. What caught your attention here? Does the river start in this cave? Today they collect water here to supply the Soto de Cangas water system. Look, and of course they even used to bring milk and butter here so it would cool down at night, back in the day, in their time, so it would cool down there. It's very cold here, so if you go in, it's really cold.
Let's get closer for me. These caves, the water?
This was the first water reservoir we neighbors built since the water didn't come up well. We did this here and it was our first one. Back then, there wasn't even a road to bring materials.
I can imagine, yes, yes.
And well, now you're all laughing about it. But anyway, and they take all our water.
The amount of moss, which shows the quality of the water and the air, both things.
The water is very good, it's very nice. Back in the day, it had trout too. This river heads toward the road to Cangas, because this river later crosses the Cangas road, the one from La Codonga to Cangas and down there. Well, halfway along the route, it had trout and everything, really.
All right, let's move closer here, Manuel, so they can see it better.
Yes, of course.
Look at the little cave.
And look where it starts. They've closed it.
Logically, to keep animals out.
Yes, well, so that animals or anyone from here don't get in either, because it can get contaminated, so to speak.
But it's an ancestral cave from which the water our ancestors used comes from, and today we still use it. Yes. Thanks to their knowledge of where it was. Yes.
Look where it begins.
Well, yes, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hoses too.
Farms and more are coming through here, even if they haven't arrived yet. It brought and provides plenty of water, which is important for the campground, hotels, and others using it.
Consumption without water?
Without water. But, well, at least, let's see, it's useful because it doesn't go to waste. At least, well, let's see. That's what I'm telling you. Let's see if we can keep the wash house, because honestly, it's a shame to lose it.
So we're making an appeal from here to the local government.
No, I have to go see.
I'll come back in a while to see if we can get them to fix it. Okay, yes.
No, now.
If they refuse, I'll make a video showing they wouldn't fix it.
If they don't fix it, we'll have to chip in, and the neighbors will fix it, like we used to say. But yes, it has to be done. That's what the workshop school is for. They handle things like this. And this tree fell when, don't you see? A tree fell there, right next to the roof, running along this axis.
Ultimately, just a small re-roofing, not much.
That was the damage. That's why you have to get on the roof. Not just to look or listen, but to maintain it.
Well, that's it. Family, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you really enjoyed it. I want to give a huge thanks to Manuel, who has accompanied me the whole way and explained a lot of things to me. I'm proud that you keep preserving and fighting for your town, really, and that you didn't want to leave, that you've stayed. Even if you're alone, you wanted to stay here. And above all that, the visit, the explanation to all these people who I know are very grateful to have received it. And I want to clarify when the town festival is.
It was in September, the last weekend of September. It might happen that maybe, I don't know if it has 30 or 31 days, the last day of September and the 1st of October. Okay, so just keep an eye on it a little bit so it doesn't overlap with, for example, another festival that's in Caño, the Caño greeting. Okay, we can change it a little bit.
The festival is announced at Cangas Town Hall. Where else can they check for updates to stay informed?
I suppose so, or, well, we have it in, how do you say this? There's a committee that needs to come out. How do you say it? Cultural, and this within an association.
Is there a cultural association here in the village? What's its name? Can you repeat the village name? Do you know the association, or is it Cabieles?
Do you know it? Of course I do.
Cabieles Cultural Association?
I can lend you a magazine from a long time ago. It's like having photos and everything.
All right, I'll leave it there.
I can leave it in the magazine if you want, since I have an older one already.
So I'll just leave it around?
I see the association, and they can contact them.
I'll take a picture later and add it to the video. Don't worry.
That's it.
That's it. So that's all. We'll end the video here. I'll take the opportunity to share my socials, as always, in case you want to stay a bit more up to date. The content I don't upload here to YouTube, and I'll see you in the next video.